What's up guys, Andre here, and today we're going to take a look at how we can export Laravel collections to Excel. This is going to be a part of my premium course, so if you like this video, definitely sign up at usefullaravelpackages.com. Alright, let's take a look at Laravel Excel. This package allows you to export your Laravel collections to Excel format. Now for me personally, I always try to format my data so everything I need is displayed nicely in the browser. Nonetheless, a lot of people, or at least my clients, still prefer to have the option to view data or at least export their data in Excel format. So this package is a wrapper around another package called PHP Spreadsheet, which has even more functionality if you would like to heavily customize your spreadsheet. So for Laravel Excel, its main functionality is just to be able to export your Laravel collections. It has some basic features for formatting, which we will take a look at, and we'll also take a look at some of the basics for PHP Spreadsheet in a later example. All right, so let's get started. Let's go to the quick start. Let's go to the installation, and let's go ahead and composer require. So yeah, I have a Laravel app scaffolded out. And the only thing I've done is set up the database. So let's go ahead and composer require it. Okay, that's done. Let me just add some data to the database. So I'm just going to do this, use the factory, just so we have some data to play with and export to Excel. So I'm just going to make 50 records in the database using this factory. Oh, sorry, I need to migrate. And let's try that again. Okay, so now there are 50 records in the database. Okay. So let's go to the quick start here. And there is a CLI tool that this package exposes, and you can give it the model you want to export. So let's go ahead and do this. So we'll just do that. And it makes a new class called users export in app exports users export, and it's just going to export everything. So whatever query you give it here, that's what's going to export. All right, so let's see how to use this. Okay, so all we have to do is call this, and this should download a new Excel spreadsheet. So I'm just going to do everything in the routes file. And let's make a new one here for, let's call it download. Download, actually no, let's use my other snippet, this one. So download, and then let me just paste that in. Just make sure to import Excel. And I believe it's the facades one. And that should do it. Let's go ahead and visit that route. /download. Users export not found. Sorry, let's import that. Okay, let's try again. And if you look down here, it successfully downloaded it. So let's open it up. And yeah, that's really small, but I think you get the point. It's basically the database dumped out to a Laravel Excel spreadsheet, the users table specifically. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the other features. Let's go to exporting collections. I guess I'll show you if you want to use a custom query here. So if you only want certain headings, you can just select them, just like you would do in Eloquent, and say we only wanted the ID and the name, where ID, for some reason you only want the IDs greater than 25. So this should only have 2 columns with IDs greater than 25. So let's see if this works. Refresh. Sorry. we have to call get. Sorry, it has to be a collection. So make sure we call get. Okay, there's a new one there. And there you go. There's only this set coming back as specified in our eloquent query. Okay, let's take a look at storing on the disk. So if we go here, so instead of Excel download, we can just do Excel store. And by default, it will store it in whatever your file system is set to. And you can change that if you like to use a cloud provider or S3 or whatever you want. So let's just go back in here. Let's change this to store. And this should make a new file in app storage. So let's see if this works. So I think you can't return it when you're trying to store it on disk. So let's just do that. Say done here. See if that works. Okay. Let's check if it is in, where is it? Storage. Yeah, storage app. So there it is right there. Cool. Now, if you want another format, all you have to do is change the extension here. So if you want CSV, just do that. And we should have a users CSV. So there it is, CSV format, cool. So in terms of performance, for smaller exports, what we've been doing is fine, but for larger data sets, we should use this from query concern. So the only difference we have to do is implement from query. So let me just grab this and let's go back to our class here. Sorry. Let's do that. And then let's change from collection to from query. And now we don't want it to be a collection. And this should result in the same thing, but it is optimized for performance. Sorry, I need to change this function to query instead of collection. Yeah, it should be query. There you go. And yeah, same result, but if you have larger data sets, definitely make use of this. All right, let's take a look at how to map rows. So if you want your row to have other data besides what's coming back from the database, then you can use this function. So let's go ahead and grab this. And let's go back to our user export. Let's put that in there. And let's grab this whole function. And I'm going to put this back to just user all. Actually, no, I'll just leave it selecting every column. So like that. And I want it to download so we can see what we're doing here. So change this back to download. Remove this and return this. All right. So back here, let's paste that map function in. Before we do this, let's just see what we have in our Excel spreadsheet. So back here, okay. So as expected, this is just everything dumped from our users table. So this is the created at, this is the created at, this is the updated at, and this is the emailed verified at field, which is new in Laravel 5.7. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back into here and let's paste this map function in. So this is going to be a user, obviously, and this is going to be each column. So for example, instead of just the user name, we can add whatever else we want in here. So custom text, and then append the username. And then for the second column, we can just do the user's email. And let's see if this works. I think we need to add with mapping. Yep. Okay. Okay, let's see what happens. So let's open this one up. And there we go. We have, let me just zoom in for you guys. We have these custom columns as specified in our mappings. So you can do whatever you want with them. All right, what is next? So similar to that, we can also add headings. So let's grab that, which can be useful. So let's just do with headings. And then with headings. And then let's grab this. And for us specifically, we are just returning the name and the email. So we can put that in there. Name, email. And let's see if this works. And there it is. Cool. Okay, so let's take a look at formatting columns if you want to format specific columns in an Excel format. So we have to use this column formats function and import all this necessary stuff. So let's import this, put that here, and let's do with column formatting, and let's grab this. So let's also return the created at, just so we have a date here. Actually, yeah, for date, we have to do this. So let's grab this. And let's do this. User. And date is that. And say created at here. And then now we can paste this in. And this would be A, B, it would be C. So we just need C as a date. And see if this works. Number format not found. Let's import that. Cool. And there it is. And there is our date formatted in Excel format. Cool. Okay, now let's take a look at multiple sheets. If you want to have tabs across the bottom, then we can go ahead and do that as well. Let's pull in this, use with multiple sheets. Down here. And what else? We have to implement it. I think we also need this exportable. Let's do that. And we have to use it. Okay. What else? So we need to make use of this sheets function. And let's just do that here. I'll put it right here. And this is going to iterate over how many worksheets you want to make. So in this example, it's just making 12, one for each month. And it's making a new one called invoices per month sheet. So let's go ahead and copy this invoices per month sheet. It's a whole class. And we'll change it a bit. So let me just put that in here. Let's call it users per month sheet. PHP. Let me just add PHP here. And the changes to users per month. Okay, so yeah, you can pass parameters into a constructor if you need data to be passed around, but I'm not going to do that just for demo purposes. So it's going to be the same sheet for each one. I just want to show you that you can create multiple sheets, and I'm sure you can figure it out from there. And this is the query that's going to be run for each sheet. So we can just do user query, and we can just do the same thing. ID greater than 25. And yeah, this will be the title of the worksheet, but since we're not passing any parameters in, I'll just leave it as month. Okay. So let's see if that works. Users per month sheet not found. Import that. Sorry, I named this incorrectly. It should be sheet. And now it should be able to import it. Okay. Let's try again. User not found. Here. User. Okay, let's see if we have multiple sheets. So we don't. I think it's because, so I couldn't get the sheets working, and the reason for that was because I need to change this to Excel format. I guess CSV doesn't support multiple sheets. If I do that, there we go. And now I have multiple sheets. And Excel automatically changed the sheet name because it can't be the same. So now let's take a look at how we can format some of this Excel spreadsheet. As you can see, I added points to the database, and we'll take a look at that in a second. But the first thing I want to do is, say for example, we just want to bold this. So how do we do that? To do that, we have to make use of events. And for this particular case, we just want to hook into the after sheet event and then bold it after it's exported. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to grab this register events method, and let's also implement this with events. Let's do that. Let's go into our code. Let's implement with events, and let's import that. And let's paste in that method. Put it right here. And the one I'm interested in is after sheet. So let's change these two. And let's import this. Okay. And here is where I want to bold that top row here where the headings are. So this is where PHP Spreadsheet comes into play. And this is a huge library, so if you're trying to do something, just go through the documentation here. But I just want to bold it, so I'm going to make a new variable. It's an array called style array. And then I'm going to say the font. And it's another array. And then we're going to say bold, true. Okay. Sorry, for this style array, I want this to be outside. Okay, now in here, we just have to do event sheet. So get the current sheet, get style, and we want to give it, so in our case, it is A1 to G1. So A1 to G1. And we can do apply from array, the style array, and that should bold that top row. So if we do this again, I made a typo. Apply from array. Apply from array. Style array. We have to pass that in. So just do use style array. Okay. And there you go. It is bolded now. Cool. Okay, so say for example, you wanted to have the sum of this entire column down here. And we can totally do that as well. So let's go into our code and let's just add another one here. So again, event sheet. This time we're going to call a set cell value method. And then let's give it the cell we want to set. In this case, you should do it dynamically, as in get the number of rows returned. If there's headings, add 1, so you know it goes here. But in our case, I'm just going to hard code it. So I'm going to put E27, E27, and we can give it what we want. So sorry, that should be closed. And we want it to be equals sum. And in our case, it's E2 to E50, E2 to E26. Again, this should be dynamic, but I'm just going to hard code it for demo's sake. And let's see if that works. Okay. And there's this sum there. Okay, so let me show you a few more things. Say you wanted the data to start later, like you wanted some stuff above it. You can just do, you can listen for the before sheet event and just populate it with whatever data you want. So let's copy that and just paste that in. But now it's going to be before sheet. And make sure to import that. And now I can do event sheet set cell value. Say A1. We want something in the first cell. We'll just say hello. And then now the exported data should be pushed down 1 row. Cool. And you can even do stuff like this. So I'm just going to paste it in to save some time. But you can insert rows before. So this is going to insert 2 rows before row 7. And this is going to insert a column before, 2 columns before A. So let's see how that looks. Actually, that's not going to work. You have to do that in the after sheet event. So yeah, somewhere here. So yeah, let me just get rid of this and put this, just to show you that you can insert rows or columns. Don't need this anymore. And format it however you like. So there you go. Let's push it over that way. And let's add some rows there. Cool. So there you have it, guys. We've managed to take a look at how we can export Laravel collections as Excel spreadsheets. Hopefully you can start using it in your applications. So yeah, if you like this, please sign up at usefullaravelpackages.com, where I'm working on my premium course and looking at other packages like this. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Okay, thanks. Bye.